King Amenhotep III, Nebmat-Re. Reigned from 1417 to 1379 BC. Amenhotep III, the son of Thutmose IV, succeeded him as king of Egypt. He declared himself to be the son of the deity Amun-Re, just as Hatshepsut had done on the walls of her temple in Deir el-Bahari. He wrote this narrative on the walls of the Luxor temple's birth chamber. The character of Thutmose IV, who marries Queen Mut-Emwiya to give birth to Crown Prince Amenhotep, is shown there as the god Amun-Re. The second year of King Amenhotep III's reign saw the marriage of Tai. Tai was an ordinary woman, not descended from the royal family. The mother was Thea, while the father, Yuya, served as a priest in the Akhmim temple dedicated to the god Min. She is referred to as Amun's great harem. Whether it was in the life of her husband or her son Akhenaten, Tai was a significant figure in the history of the Egyptian Empire. Tai, his wife, was a strong-willed and ambitious individual. She had the ability to dictate how things would go in the Egyptian state. Amenhotep III started a new custom of writing significant occasions on the backs of comparatively large scarabs. For instance, the so-called marriage scarabs, which document the king's union with Tai, have the following inscriptions: King Amenhotep, to whom life was given, and the great royal wife, Tai given life. Her mother's name is Thea, and her father's name is Yuya. She is the wife of a mighty king, the borders of which stretch northward to the country of Naharan and south to Kari, which is close to Napata. Given that she was sculpted beside him in the same size as him, the king and his wife Tai are shown sitting side by side in a colossal double statue at the Egyptian Museum. It would appear that Queen Tai had a significant influence and powerful effect on her husband. Prior to his rule, this custom was not seen, and memorial scarabs even made reference to her. Seeing Queen Tai's name and her parents' names engraved on scarabs is intriguing. The king's marriage to Kilukip, the daughter of the Mitanni king Shuturna, which took place in the 10th year of his reign in the 10th year of the reign of His Majesty King Amenhotep and the great royal wife Queen Tai. May she have given life. Yuya is her father's name and Thea is her mother's name. She brought to His Majesty Kilukapat, the daughter of the Lord of Naharan, Shuturna, brought with her 317 of the ladies of her harem to His Majesty. As we know from an inscription on another scarab, Amenhotep II ordered that a big pond measuring 3,700 by 700 Egyptian cubits, 1 cubit is 0.52 meters, be cut for Queen Tai and her maids to sail upon. This indicates that he most likely granted all of Queen Tai's wishes. It took 2 weeks to dig the pond. Considering that the pond in question is the Habu Pond, which is situated on Thebes' western side, this is a hard statement to accept. It is also mentioned in an inscription on a fourth scarab that Amenhotep III was able to hunt 102 wild lions in the first 10 years of his reign, indicating that the king enjoyed hunting at the beginning of his reign. Furthermore, there is no way to believe or refute this tale. Maybe this suggests that Amenhotep III and his followers had a life of luxury, extravagance, indulgence in pleasures, and a propensity for ease. After the situation in the ancient Egyptian empire stabilized, the state's coffers overflowed, and Egypt started to reap the benefits of its conflicts, whether in Asia Minor or Nubia, as the riches of the ancient world was accumulated in pharaonic Egypt to appease the king. All of this is evident in the works of art and architecture. When it comes to religious architecture, we can see it in the layout of the Luxor temple as well as in the exquisite landscape and carvings that the king created. The accuracy with which the ancient Egyptian artist executed the tombs of individuals is also evident, as are some of the tombs that pertain to his reign. Examples of such tombs are the tomb of Ramos, number 55, and the tomb of Khuruv, number 192, two of the most influential individuals of his time. These tombs attest to the beauty and elegance of the scenes and demonstrate the artist's inventiveness in capturing these masterworks of colored or non-colored drawings and engravings on the exterior walls of these tombs. Amenhotep son of Habu was one of King Amenhotep III's most well-known engineers. He came from a modest background in the Banha city. He started off in the army as a scribe before becoming the king's advisor. He was in charge of getting everything ready for the said festivals. At the age of 80, he passed away. He was the only one of the commoners' persons for whom a temple was constructed in western Thebes, where he was later worshipped as a model minister, and numerous of his statues have been discovered. A collection of letters from the offices of Amenhotep III and his son Akhenaten, exchanged between both kings and between the monarchs and governors of their reigns in the Levant on the other hand, were discovered in Tel El Amarna in 1887. These clay tablets are known as the Amarna tablets. These tablets might be a perfect replica of the letters delivered to be stored in the state archives. These tablets are inscribed in the Babylonian language, which was written in cuneiform on tablets made of unburned clay, with the exception of just 2 Hittite letters. At that time, the language of diplomacy was Babylonian. The interchange of gifts and donations between ancient Egypt and foreign kings, as well as the diplomatic marriage between the king of Egypt and the daughter of one of the Mitannian monarchs, are 2 of the most significant subjects discussed in these letters. Funny enough, the Egyptian king was happy to welcome non-Egyptian princesses into his harem. However, when the contemporary Babylonian king asked for his daughter, the Egyptian king apologized, declaring that never before in time immemorial has an Egyptian princess been given to any person. During his 38-year reign, Amenhotep III is said to have sent no military expedition to Asia Minor to establish Egyptian dominance there. However, in the 5th year of his reign, one of his generals, known as Merimose, the owner of Theban tomb number 383, was dispatched to put an end to the uprising in Nubia. In the 30, 34, and 37th years of his reign, the king celebrated the said festival 3 times. Amenhotep son of Habu, the king's counselor and engineer, oversaw the planning of these festivities. In the 38th year of his reign, King Amenhotep III passed away and was buried in the Valley of the Kings.